This is copyrighted, by the way.
I'd like to know who sings it.
It's a stick figure, right?
Yep.
No.
I could have guessed
Stick
that.
figure. It's just the instrumental.
I'm gonna have to change this real quick. I'd love to have Florida on the front, but
F3.
No, it's supposed to be F4.
I'm gonna keep tapping the mic with my hat.
You clicked on something?
I clicked on shit.
Yeah, click on that, right?
Click on what?
Make me feel super
Just
retarded.
click. Just click the mouse. Oh my Jesus! Now the hotkeys want to stop working. Here, click scene up front, right there. Now let's click F4. Let's see if it starts switching now. Is it gonna seriously sit there and be difficult now? Why does it just randomly want to just? All right, now it's back playing. Okay, now it should be working properly. One would think.
It's not.
Is it seriously just going to be difficult the entire time? So it decided to work for like 8 seconds. Oh, there we go. Now it wants to work. I didn't have to click anything.
All right, now you say something, Mac.
So if I start talking, it's gonna switch to me.
Yeah,
That's
there we
pretty
go.
cool. I
I
like
like it. That was just whatever makes it worse. Whatever makes it worse. This is how it works.
Fucking noobs.
Well, I'm retarded, so
I know how
you're
to do
trusting
that.
me.
It just reeked of incompetence right there.
I know how to do intro music. That's it. That's literally it.
He's the slider guy, and he just hits it like that.
Well, I mean, could have me. I'd probably be fucking it all up
Yeah,
You gotta speak towards this thing.
towards the mic. Can
Like
you hear
it's a
me?
cock. You gotta do it just like
Get
a
in
cock.
there?
There you
Yeah,
go.
Really get in there.
really get in there.
Really get in there. And
You
tickle it.
gotta pretend like you want the end result.
I'm tickling the microphone with my facial hair.
Yeah, you get it.
It's kind of making me. It's kind of a turn on. Is that a new kink for me?
I don't know. If I
A
like
girl
where this
playing
is
with
going.
my facial hair?
You might
Is that a
find a
kink?
weird chick. There's one chick. Her name is known as Tippins. She doesn't like your traditional men. She likes fat, hairy men.
Like Peter Griffin.
I need a girl who's gonna stab me.
fat, hairy men. Hairy.
I think
Oh,
I need a
like-
girl
like
who's
hairy
gonna
shoulders and
stab me
shit?
though.
Yeah, like the hairy back and the chest and
That's
everything.
disgusting.
She said she likes to put it in her mouth and bite it. So fucking gross.
Oh, I don't know about that,
Says she
Bubba.
likes to
I don't
pull it
know.
and shit. It's nasty. She's like 25 and she's into that. That's probably something like, I don't know, you'd imagine like a hillbilly chick to be in.
Yeah, she got
You
daddy
know?
issues, I think.
Well,
Yeah, that's an understatement.
what's
One of
that?
the sleep around chicks.
What's that song by Wheeler
Hey.
Walker Jr.? I like my puss in boots. Whenever he talks about the hairy pussy and
Yeah.
shit, that's her song. That's her song.
She might know.
She
She
likes her-
she's cool. She likes Slipknot at least.
And you know this girl?
She's single.
She's with another agency.
Oh, she's a cock.
A cock.
A popo woman.
Yeah.
I do like a girl who will show me some authority. Was that right?
This is
That
gonna
come
be-
off right?
This is gonna be so awesome.
I don't know if it came off right, but it came off. You got it out there, buddy.
Authority? I don't know if it's authority or more of like
Have you done any research on any true crime that is mostly accurate?
100% mostly true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to experience story time, Mr. Pops, man?
Let's do it.
I told Hunter one the other day. I want to tell you, but I don't want to like mimic the story at all. But it's really funny. Okay. Cops get called out to a parking lot. There's a baby in the back of a SUV with a blanket over his head.
It's already awesome.
and cops show up.
The party poopers.
Flashlights on in the daytime, like looking all over for the missing. Well, clear that the baby didn't drive it. You know what I'm saying? So looking for a driver.
He's got a stick pushing the gas pedal.
Of the little shit, you know, and they're just like, it's in a mall. There's a couple of things that's kind of alarming to me. Like they posed the story like, where did the lady go? She must be dead. But it's like it's daytime in a mall parking lot. You guys,
She's shopping.
You didn't think to go look in the Target? Or
She's probably eating Sarku right
yeah,
now.
because she didn't feel like
See, I wonder if that
bringing
just
this little
boils.
shit in.
I hear stories like this, and I wonder, does it just boil down to people? Man, I'm going home in like 10 minutes. I really don't want to deal with this. Let's leave it for next shift. You know? What if it's some shit like that? You think it's something like that? Where these people are just lazy and let some shit like that happen? Or they just don't bother to go check. Fuck it. Not my job.
Oh well, they got called because somebody heard the baby being a bitch.
Sitting there complaining. Wah,
You better get used to that.
It's hot in here. I can't
Hey.
breathe.
This is Florida, Baba. You gonna be in Florida. You
Oh,
better
it
get
wasn't
used
in
to that.
Florida.
heat.
It wasn't in Florida. It was in like Illinois.
Oh well, everyone up there is a loser.
Illinois.
Everyone up there is a loser.
All right, so continue.
That's coming from a
All
loser.
right, so
Hey, just so you know, flashlights during the daytime they work. All right.
okay. All right. Well, their flashlights made them find blood on the bumper, and they're like,
Well,
"Ooh."
goddamn.
Ooh. Now we have. a
But
mystery.
again, add to the mystique, it's like maybe she cut herself trying to put that shithead in a fucking car and like had to run to a fucking CVS or something.
I don't know though. If you,
It just instantly goes, this bitch is dead somewhere. You know?
it's hard to get blood like that.
Maybe.
I mean, you can cut yourself, but a lot of times you see cuts like that, they scar over really quick. You don't.
no, if it just happened. Dude, it takes weeks for a scar, bro.
Yeah, but even if it just happened, I mean, your first thought is to pull back and kind of try to get rid of that blood. You know, I don't know. Maybe she's fucking dead. She probably is, but
I think
All
you're
right,
doing
so
Spider-Man version.
Yeah. All right, so they found blood on the bumper.
Blood
I'm
on
just
blood on
saying,
the bumper.
so a flashlight for me on the window to help see inside of the car is what I meant.
Yes.
On the bumper, they were just out there just.
Yeah, they're just out there using their batteries.
Yeah, sometimes whenever
It's a pretty
I'll
cool
just
looking
be like,
car.
just like, yep, looks like a car. Bye, and then I'll just.
they're looking at the rims. What kind of rims they got?
All right, so what do Popo do?
So they say, we got to find this bitch. You don't just leave your little shithead in the car. Where the fuck is this bitch? And but they don't find her.
I wonder why.
She's nowhere around this vicinity. And so I guess they ran the plates and said it belongs to some other fuck.
So not the mom.
Huh?
They
So
don't.
not
They don't
the
know.
mom?
They don't know whose car it is.
Well, they
Well,
know.
this is someone other outside the mom and the baby. This is a third party person now that's just
No,
randomly.
it's a family's car.
Okay.
That some cunt's driving.
I thought
or
she
was
stole
driving, or the baby was driving. Somebody.
the baby stole the car. The mom's trying to find the baby.
So they they find the address of the place, and they go there, and some jerk off lives there that
Yeah.
married to some other cunt,
Yeah.
and they pull up and hey, jerk off. Get the fuck over here. Sorry, I wasn't expecting to say that. And so jerk off comes over.
You weren't expecting to see that.
And they say, hey, man, your baby stole your car.
Hot wired it and all.
Baby stole your car. He's like, man, I don't think you can do that. He says, oh, well, whoever was driving, we can't find him. And they're like, he's like, oh, that must have been my bitch. It's like, well, we can't. We can't find your bitch, dude. He's like, no. Where's my bitch? He slings tools and shit. Where's my bitch? And they're like, we don't know. We didn't find this bitch, though. He's like, hell yeah. And he's like, well, when's the last time you seen him? He's like, I don't know. I've been out of town. I just got in town today, and I had to go to play baseball. Like, who the fuck comes in town and plays baseball? You know what I'm saying? You don't know where your bitch is in your car.
Most
even
boring
baby.
sport.
So homeboy is just like,
He gets off the
I just
plane
got in
and
town. I don't know where my bitch is, and I don't know where my baby is.
Let's go play baseball.
Let's go play some baseball. He had a baseball game he had to go play.
Yeah, well, he's got his priorities.
It's a very believable story, you know? And they're like, all right, well, we
He
gotta
definitely knows where she is.
He's like, let's go find this bitch.
He did
and they can't find the bitch, though. She's gone. They don't know where this bitch is, you know?
He definitely did it.
They give the baby to the jerk off's family because they got a little suspicious of jerk off, you know. And they're like, let's go talk to some people and let's find a bitch. And so they have what's the rooms where they have briefings? Cops have briefings. Is it just a briefing room? Is that all it is?
We just call it the room.
In office.
Oh, okay.
You
They
sort
have all right. So there's a police station with a bunch of people in a room
Yeah.
that are all police officers, and they're just like, "Hey, man, we gotta find this bitch, dude. Anybody have any ideas?" They're like, "No, we don't know where this bitch is." And all right, well,
See, I've never been on that side of it. My idea is whenever, if you're on a call, you're just sitting there and we'll just be in a parking lot. We'll just go, I don't know where this bitch is. All right, well, do you just search over there?
I'll go left.
Yeah,
You go left, I'll go right.
it's literally just the Goonies.
Well,
That's-
see, and I think that's what people don't realize is, and I'm sure you can probably, when you're a cop, you're still a person, so you do people shit.
yeah.
Just now you're,
Just with a sore shirt on, like
yeah, exactly.
Just got a special
You're still a person. You just,
they're like, all right, let's go find this bitch. And so all the cops like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go find this whore. You know?
Up top.
So they all
Yeah,
start,
a
they
whole
run
high five
out,
moment.
full speed, sliding in their cars and shit, and they just take off. And the community's like super pissed off, like, you need to find this bitch, you know? That bitch owes me $20. And and so
fucking rich, too.
this cop, keep in mind this is in Illinois, so there's like a lot of cornfields and shit. And this cop's driving down a dirt road. Don't quote me on that. I don't know fuck damn thing about Illinois.
I don't either.
I don't know what they're making.
Pretty sure
for.
that place sucks.
I don't know if they just make cheese there or what, but
I thought that was Wisconsin.
same shit.
Wisconsin.
But he's driving down one of these like dirt service roads. The cop is.
That's how my steering wheel looks, too.
Right up in the way of the windshield.
I just be driving that motherfucker like this.
Driving like an Asian woman.
And he's driving, and then he notices like some drag marks. And he's like, oh man, dude, that's kind of a weird place to have drag marks because there's just corn everywhere. So he gets out of his
Well,
popo wagon, gets out, and he like flashlight in the daylight again. Yeah. Let's go look through these trails.
Did he pull out his service weapon and started pieing the cornfield?
hold it upside down.
Remember, if you ever start to walk anywhere, it's
Yes, don't aim.
And you
Hold it up.
never rack it back until you're pointing it at somebody.
hey, you.
Put your hands down.
Announce yourself, say freeze, then load the gun.
Wait, put your hands down.
Hey, stop.
Put your hand.
He just said, "Hey, you put your hands down where I can't see 'em."
I wouldn't make it. But
I would instantly start resisting.
100%
so he walks
resist rate.
through this little path that's been made by something, which ends up being a dead woman.
Damn.
She's half naked.
Do you know what drag marks look like going through the woods? It is it's
It just looked like a void of corn.
I guess if it's going through a cornfield, it's going to push a lot of shit out of the way. But through normal grass, that's
only-
No, it was,
accomplishment.
it was a cornfield. Like,
It'll take some sunlight in a green pasture where the blades are kind of pushed and reflecting the sun a little bit different.
'Cause
You
I
have to
feel like
you have to be experienced
You're
to
looking
know
for a
that.
needle in a haystack there. I've searched for shit in the grass. We've done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but it wasn't a needle. It was a half naked woman.
Yeah, but I mean, we
Yeah, it was a whole ass
It was
like
a whole person.
okay. I mean, we've looked for 300-400 pound, or maybe not 300 or 400 pound, probably
half-naked
200
woman would
300 pound
be
deer,
this
but we can't find
8
them.
million needles, probably.
I mean, we lose deer in the woods. Sometimes it's hard to find them.
Yeah, but can you lose a deer in a cornfield?
Probably.
Really? Because they're making a path.
Yeah, I mean, well,
They're kinda
deer
telling
spend
you
a
where
lot
to
of
go.
time when they're trying to run doing bunny hops and jumping. So
Yeah.
there'll be random sections where it's normal wall, and then right behind it
And
will be
then
the
they
divot.
fucking jump 10 feet in the air because they're special ass creations of God.
Yeah, she couldn't do that. I
Who
think she
can-
was incapacitated before then. So she was just drug out
So
there
she
like
was
a,
probably.
she was
Well,
drug out there like a
One of the big things
Like,
Like
a,
a-
like a
was
shameful
blood.
dildo.
like a dead body. She was
I wonder if it was long enough for them to see any blood or anything. If they found blood on the bumper of the car.
You gotta keep in mind, from the minute baby stole the car to now is like a month.
Oh, so it's rain and everything else.
Yeah, but enough to
It's enough where corn ain't sitting the way corn
Yeah.
be sitting.
yeah. And so they drag her out of the corn, because you don't want to get corn on you.
Yeah.
And
What do you think? I'm just gonna stand here in the corn?
and they
Did they at least investigate the area around it?
Nope.
maybe I don't
No,
know. It's
no forensics,
Illinois.
no nothing. Just,
It's Illinois. It's
Hey,
corn.
she's
Whenever
a-
you stumble upon a dead body, touch it.
Hey,
You gotta make
yup, she's dead.
Yeah,
Drag her back to the truck.
yeah, just drive
Yeah.
it to the. Hey, I found a dead body about 35 feet over there. I don't know how she was dead, but I brought it over here so she didn't have any corn on it.
They pull the dead fuck out, or dead woman, and swabbed it up. I don't know if that's how you do a rape test, but I'm just picturing like how they do in the valley. Just in there.
Just in her vagina.
Yeah, just in there. And they send that off to get tested for AIDS. And
Bet you it is. It's exactly like
and meanwhile, somebody claims to have seen someone park the car in the mall parking lot. And contrary to everybody's thoughts, it was not the baby.
Some reason I was actually.
It was not the kid that's.
I
the
thought you
kid
were
didn't
going to say
have
the
anything.
boyfriend.
You want to know
Or
something
the-
we never even went over? To me, the image in my head is that the cops just like, yeah, there's a kid in there. Let's go to this house. And they just leave the kid.
That's what I was thinking when you were talking about they walked into the mall to go look for the lady or they were going to do something like
I
that.
don't even
and
know if they
didn't-
went in the mall.
They just
We don't want to just
determined
break into the kid's car.
they didn't help the baby. They just determined that the baby was in the car.
They might have. I don't know. He didn't die, or she, whatever. It didn't die. And
Damn.
But the witness says that it was a person wearing a baseball hat,
That's pretty fucking.
which
2 out of the 3 people in here are wearing baseball caps.
yeah, but this is Illinois, and you don't do that. But
You wear shiesties.
hubby, jerk off.
They wear beanies.
He just got done playing baseball. So let's go check out jerk off.
I knew it.
They're like, hey, jerk off. Where were you? He's like, dude, I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. He just fuck off. Get out of here. And which they didn't. They just kept talking to him. And then they got the results back from the vagina swipe. And they got a hit, like a perfect DNA match.
To the baby.
No, to the remains of whoever deposited it. It was the baby.
The serial raper.
It actually was not.
He's been
the baby.
driving. He's been raping. He's going to rob stores next. We need to stop this fucking baby.
There's a perfect match on the DNA from the rape kit, but there's no name. Just perfect swap. And I'm like, that's interesting. So let's figure out where we got. Because whenever, see, how do I word it? It's like, well, if you were to rape somebody and they do a test kit or whatever, it's documented. Even if they don't know who you are, they document it. So they found out who.
But they didn't have
Which means
it's
that,
you, motherfucker.
Yeah, which means that that same stuff was found for similar occurrences.
Yeah. So
Which means that person was another
Habitual.
unknown
He was
suspect for another case.
habitual depositor.
A sperm bank donor.
So they contact the
Well, dead
first
bitch. Sperm bank.
deposited. If you're getting blown in,
I think
are
you're
you
the.
deposited?
Oh, it's definitely
I
not a
think
withdrawal.
you've been deposited.
You've been deposited,
You took somebody's withdrawal though.
and if you're
would
giving the
you have
deposit,
been
you're
withdraw? No, you wouldn't be withdrawn.
Yeah,
the lady who got
That's
jizzed.
that's necrophilia.
The lady who got jizzed.
depends.
So they find out this lady, and she's
Yeah, you might just leave it.
she's a real estate agent, and the cops come and talk to her, and they brought a batch of mugshots, and one guy who is a serial raper was just arrested in the county next to him, and they brought his picture along with like 10 others. And say, hey, man, I heard you got ran through by somebody. If you,
I heard you were raw dog like a motherfucker.
I heard he got you.
and they said, can you point this out to any? Can you point out the person who did it? And she totally picked out that dude that just got arrested for raping a bitch. And there's like, dude, that's
I wonder if it's like.
that fucker right there.
You
And
think they freak out when they see him?
She did.
You think
she
it's
freaked
like
the fuck
a,
out. And they said, are you sure? And she said, I will never fucking forget a monster. So they're like,
So
man,
she
let's
had a
go.
grudge. She knew.
Oh, she knew this
remembered.
dude. She knew
She
this
fucking
dude.
knew.
All those cops are just like, dude,
This bitch knows.
Yeah.
she's
So
she's vetted. She's vetted.
They go to the jail and say, hey, you.
Whip your dick out.
Does she remember his cock though? Can she
I don't
point
know.
that out?
Measures foreskin.
She told
How big were his
she told
balls?
a story about the guy and like how like as soon as they walked into the house, like he grabbed her from the back, like
Oh shit! He was
disarmed her mace. Apparently these bitches get attacked all the time. Threw her cell phone out. And
Carry a gun.
And ran through. And so they went to this dude and it's like, hey man, we hear you like to run through people. And they're like, fuck you, pig, or whatever. And they said,
as you do.
we need to get a DNA. He's like, fuck you, man. I only give it one way. So if you want it, you're going to have to be heard it, I guess.
Start sucking.
But they had a search warrant, so they didn't have to get it themselves. They just had to like. And apparently the monster that you can't forget, you totally forget because that wasn't the guy. It did not, his DNA did not match this dude whatsoever. And
So she lied. I bet you she lied.
she didn't lie. I imagine
she's
this-
just really stupid.
I imagine there's a lot of people look the same.
I guess. I mean, maybe in the heat of the moment.
I think
Forget a lot of things.
Mug
Come on.
shots can make you not look like who you look. I think some people are photogenic, and I think some people don't.
I'm not.
Like me, I don't think I look the same in a picture than I do in real life.
Oh, I'm not.
But another real estate agent came up and said, "Hey, I was attacked once, but I didn't get raped. I was able to run out of the house and rape her and shit, and she didn't get ran through." And she said that she actually has a voice recording of the dude. And so they took it and they listened to it. And the way the guy spoke, and from the two witnesses of the attempted raping and the raping, the way they described the encounter, the way he spoke was very law enforcement like. And they're like, man, how the fuck did you find a bitch in the fucking corn in the middle of fucking nowhere?
I told you it's hard to find drag marks.
You know, and they're like, man, that's a little fucking weird that in the middle of some random ass cornfield off fucking beating path you find a dead body.
I shoot deer, and I know where I shot the deer in that spot, and I still struggle to find that deer. And that deer is dropping pounds of blood.
And so they were like, man, I think we might need to ask Popo some questions, man. But it's like something if you're going to ask a cop that, apparently you got to make sure.
Well, you don't want to go after your own.
Yeah, like you better make sure
without-
you've got your story straight before you start.
Yeah, because
That's
that shit
what's fucked
will. Because even false allegations of that means that you're throwing the character of your own police officers in the question,
And department.
which will destroy the department's reputation.
Yeah. So they were like, man, let's sit on this for a little while.
Yeah.
Until
Make
we
sure
figure
you're
out
right.
how we approach this, you know? And meanwhile, a lady saw this dude's sketch with police draw, which a lot of those guys can't draw for shit.
Oh my
It's
God.
amazing
You need to like pull up some of the worst police drawings
they're
and
like
do a whole
shit,
thing on
dude.
that.
They're
dude.
complete shit. But
They give them to
apparently,
a 3-year-old.
Apparently, some lady that runs a security company sees a sketch, and she's like, "Man, that looks like this weirdo dude that used to work for us, you know." And she, on her own, grabs his photo from his previous employment records and goes and finds the lady that was raped by him. And
That's kind of weird.
it's really weird, and apparently you don't do that.
Hey, is this the dude that raped you?
Yeah, and she brought his photo, and the cops say that you don't ever just show a photo because
It tricks their mind.
it will trick their mind. So it's she
Gives them
goes in
a-
there and says, "Hey, is this the dude that raped you?" And she's, "Oh, you never forget the face of a monster," you know. And now these cops are like super pissed off at this cunt because you basically just fucked with probably your only witness to what this douche looked like, because it wasn't the baby that did it.
Yeah.
And so they're like super pissed, dude. But at the same time, the only other person that could be in their mind is a cop. So they're just like, oh, let's just run to this guy.
Yeah.
And if this doesn't work, then we'll reapproach Officer Gibbons or whatever his name
Yeah.
is. And so they go to this dude who worked for this security company. They found his brother. And they went to his brother and said, "Hey, man, we think your brother's a serial raper / murderer
Yeah.
and child abandoner and jerk off framer, you know, because he's essentially framing a jerk off." And they played the voice recording and saying, "Hey, can you tell me if this is your brother?" And he's like, "Dude, that's my fucking brother. That's 100% my fucking brother, bro." Apparently had that much of a fucking geek neck voice that.
Well, I don't know, because you can tell Lil Wayne. You can tell
People
certain
who
voices.
haven't even heard Lil Wayne knows
Snoop
Lil Wayne.
Dogg. You know, I got another Kodak Black.
I don't know.
Kodak Black.
I couldn't tell you
You
what Kodak
know.
Black sounds like.
Why? Tired these
But,
damn fire that wet little Kodak.
That's it.
They go and arrest the dude, and or bring him in for questioning, because they want to talk to him about some things that happen in real estate.
Yeah.
And so they bring him in, they sit him down, they bring him like a Happy Meal, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Toy from Burger King typically does the trick for cops.
And they're just like, hey man, here you like looking at houses. He's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? They're like, well, I heard you like to look for houses and rape people in them. He's like, dude, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. And they're like, dude, man, come on, man. You think we just pulled your name out of fucking nowhere? You raped a real estate agent.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, dude, I really don't know who the fuck you're talking about, you know? And then he shows a picture to him
Trying to play coy.
of the dead girl. And he's like this face just like was like, oh, this ain't about raping some real estate lady at all. Because the cop's whole mindset is you find a guy who raped this cunt, you find out the one who murdered this cunt
Yeah.
because of the DNA. And he's like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. Fuck off, pig. You know? And they're like, will you submit to, he's like,
No.
fuck off. He's like, well, that's cool. We don't really need it. And they just grabbed his cup. And that dude melted, dude. He admitted to all of it. He's the guy who tried to rape that one, did rape the other, and rape. If he would have never killed her,
He wouldn't have got caught.
he wouldn't have got caught. And if he would have never raped the real estate agent, he would have never got caught for that.
Well, I
So
mean,
what you're saying is if he didn't commit any crimes, he wouldn't be.
yeah, he would be a fucking criminal.
If he didn't rape or kill anybody, he would have been innocent as fuck.
He wouldn't have. He would so not have been a raper.
He's so not a raper.
So not a rapist.
Yeah, that story is 100% mostly true.
All right, so the dude playing baseball is playing baseball.
He is legit playing baseball. Dude. He probably just hated his fucking wife. I saw a picture of her. She didn't anything to like run home to. But I mean, she don't deserve to get like
if he
strangled
was
in the
calling,
bushes.
if he was saying my bitch is probably not nothing to look forward to when you get
Yeah.
home, right?
Well, I mean, he didn't say that. It's like, that's just the way I hear it. You know, if somebody's going like this, I just say, "Where's my bitch?"
Gå till den nästan att gå squid podcast i får. Yeah.
Mike, Max, any last words?
Do dumb shit smart.
What would be a piece of advice that you would give an 86-year-old mentally handicapped woman?
Show me. Well, hold on. Actually, let me think about this for a second.
Is this advice or a request?
A little bit of both.
It would be important and very wise of you to show me.
What would you tell a woman that is 86 years old that is
Show
Down
me your
syndrome?
titties.
Hold on. That
Show
is
me your titties.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. What would you tell an 86-year-old woman that is Down syndrome, has half of a leg, that's going on a Carnival cruise?
Show me your titties, because if no one else will fuck you, I will.
Fuck, man, I was. Oh, the fuck.
Vegetables are people too. Vegetables are people too.
Fucking switch.
Hey, fat girls
You gotta
need loving
disable
too.
the filter. You gotta disable.
That's my advice right there. Fat girls need loving too.
I'm not a good producer.
Nah, we'll get there one day.